Happy New Year to you. I mean, you
at home.
Happy New Year to
all of us on the planet.
You. Happy New Year, dear YouTube viewer. We don't even know if anyone's out there. Actually, we do. There's 1,548 right now. I said Happy New Year to
you guys. Happy New Year. I cannot believe it's 2025 already. Can you believe it?
I can't. I figure I should probably promote this on Facebook too.
Because I mean, I can't believe it. We're coming to you live from we call this the Whatnot Room here at the schoolhouse in Otter Creek, Florida. It's January 1st, 2025. Wow. Happy New Year, you guys.
Wild.
What a wild year.
Oh my goodness. I just saw a super chat go by, but I missed it. The chat's going so fast. Actually, we barely can see it anyway, but I'll try and find it. We've got a lot to cover here.
Oh my goodness.
That was from Michelle Hopper. Yep. Happy New Year to you. Yeah.
So much to talk about.
Oh boy, we got new evidence.
So much things.
New evidence.
Forward.
As a matter of fact, we mentioned this new evidence at the beginning of Sunday night's live stream. Then in all the hate channels, we were called liars, that there was no evidence. Candace, thank you so much. Then that evidence was actually disseminated. It was shown last night on some other channels.
Yeah.
And truth channels. And now Lynette's going, no, that wasn't a voicemail. That was Facebook Messenger. Wait, hold a second. We were called liars. Now it's real? Huh.
Yeah. So remember, we've been saying for years now that this woman will do like talk to text, or she'll do an audio clip and then send it off into the Facebook world, which is not private.
None of it.
The public entity.
Anytime you call anyone, anytime you share a message, a text, an email, correspondence, it's never private. Even if you go, hey, George, I want you to keep this private. It's not private. Mm-hmm. It's never going to be.
Is not private. It's a third-party social media platform.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. So we're definitely going to get into all this new evidence and what our thoughts are about it. And as you might imagine, our thoughts are pretty detailed. And Joanne, thank you so much for the $20.
I think a lot of debunking can come.
Well,
with the voice.
The best part is when we debunk, then the ignorant fools.
How do they try to justify it? I don't keep up with them. I just see what other people
do. We don't keep up with them either. Emmy, thank you so much. Gina, thank you so much. We just get told, and then it gets sent to our legal team, and our legal team.
You just can't make this.
Randy and Doreen.
They're like, Hollywood couldn't even make this stuff up.
Yeah. Dave, thank you so much. Wait, don't say anything, George. Deuce is going to say that you just broke your attorney-client privilege.
Because I said Hollywood couldn't make this up?
Wait, hold a second. I don't think he's not representing you anymore because they dropped the thumbnail case, which is not over by any stretch.
Voluntarily, it was.
Yeah, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, we've got some evidence we got to get through. Wizzy Wheels. Just a little something for you. Thank you so much, Wizzy Wheels. We're going to have something for you guys here tonight as well. We're going to show you some things. But George, that reminds me, Wizzy Wheels just said a little something for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Christmas. Do you want to explain what we do for gifts in our lives now? Because there are people out there that are like, Jeremy doesn't ever get her anything for Christmas, and they just went live and Jeremy said he isn't getting her anything, or he just used it as an excuse. It's in Florida. Would you like to explain what we do with gifts? What does it matter
whether he got me your gift or not? First of all, that's no one's business.
Wait,
second of all,
okay, just pause right there. Here's the best part. I love it when the haters go. Thank you, DJ Radis. I love it when the haters go, "Who are you to talk about us? It's none of your business." and then they go on to talk about
for 5+
us.
hours.
Yeah. Okay. Now keep
on
going.
their
Okay. So you
teeny
said
tiny
it's none
YouTube
of their business how we gift, but go ahead.
Correct. Right. We're not asking you guys what you got your loved ones because again, it's none of our business. And I've said over multiple times that Christmas isn't about giving and receiving gifts. This is about the birth of Jesus, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And so I'm mostly me. I'm at a point in my life and at a point like at an age where I don't need anything. And so if you get me something, if I need something, I'm at a point in my life where I can just go out and get it, right? And so although I appreciate the generosity and the thoughtfulness of people wanting to gift.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I think it's I think it's people's
it's the way they show love.
It's their love language where they do give gifts. Because I even told our volunteers, like, why do you guys you know you don't have to get us gifts, right? You don't have to get us gifts.
And then they spoil us with gifts.
So they're like, we know we don't have to do anything, but we want to do this. This is what we want to do. And so who are we to take that away from them if that's their love language and they love giving gifts?
And they want to express it, so we allow. But in our life,
in our life, like we're at a point where I could care less about exchanging gifts. And I've always said
Dana,
gift giving, so like the love language of gifting it's not up there for me. For me, my love language is receiving help, like getting help. What's the term on the
acts of service?
Service, correct. So when the ladies came in and they volunteered their time,
that's huge for both.
Not looking for anything.
Huge.
That was incredible.
Huge.
Like they're never gonna know how much I appreciate and love them.
Yeah, that's
wanting
huge
to come
for both
in
of us.
From their hearts, not looking for anything in return, but because it was something from their hearts that they want to come in and volunteer.
Yeah.
And so that's more important to me. Someone that wants to come and help.
Somebody just put in the chat, and a hamster. Keep going. Jill, thank you. I got to grab a hamster.
And so I think that's what makes our community amazing. And so for Jeremy to not get me a gift, I even told him, don't worry about getting me a gift. I don't need a gift. I just need you to help me.
Where did the hamster
Like if
go?
I put him over there because you said you didn't want to show it.
Okay. All right.
I set him aside because you changed your mind and said you didn't want to show them.
Well,
we do have a lot of stuff to show you guys, though.
Well, there's hamsters.
Yes, and so
grab myself a hamster.
What do you get someone that has everything? And to me, it's like the companionship and the friendship means more because that's something that's around all the time.
And not to mention,
let's see, needed.
On Christmases, we've desired to spend time together and create memories. Hazel, thank you so much.
Correct.
So example,
I did say that I would, instead of giving me a gift, how about investing in a memory?
So we've done Sanibel Island a couple times already. We've gone to Egypt for 2 months. We did month and a half, 3 months. How long were we there?
3 weeks. We were.
She cut it short. She cut it short. Okay, we were supposed to be there for that long, and then we cut it short. We went to Vegas
because remember, I got diagnosed with more lumps, and I had to come back into
Grand Canyon.
We did
Hawaii. I mean, the list goes on and on. Michelle, thank you so much.
And so how do you put a price on a memory where you could take pictures and then vlog it? And we vlogged our traveling ventures with you guys so that you guys can be a part of it too. So not only was it a memory for us, like a lot of you say, we live vicariously through you. And so thank you so much for taking us with you and sharing that part of your life with us. And so not only is it a memory for us, but it helps those who can't travel for whatever reason get to experience it as well.
And so for us, that is more important in our lives. But at the same time, I have to transition, okay? Because we got a lot to cover. I still got you Christmas gifts. And we have been going since we got back to Florida. Our
lives are nonstop.
It's just been nonstop. I literally just walked in the building. I've been on the road all day.
And Deanna and I have been working since what time, Dee? 11?
Well, probably working to 3 or 4 tonight.
11, yeah.
So I've been on the road nonstop. I literally just got here. I had enough time to pop a deuce. Yeah, you see what I did there. Little acorn, thank you. Babs Macy, thank you so much. And then George was like, all right, I got the live set up. Sit down. Okay.
I ate like half my lunch because I had to set up the live and then help
Wizzy
him
Wheels,
unload.
thank you so much. And then she's like, did you eat? I was like, well, Okay, so George, I did get you something for Christmas, and in the craziness of our lives, we've been working nonstop around the clock. We're very transparent about this. Our income has been impacted significantly to where we can't stop. We can't stop and take a break.
Yeah.
And so we haven't been able to stop and take a break. But I did. I hid your gifts, and in the hustle and bustle of us being back. Like being back at Hale's headquarters was amazing. It was perfect. I think it's what we both needed. Now we're back here.
Well, not only that, the anxiety has been released of the cancer scare with having
that was huge.
With having the pain. So the pain under my armpit, it would have never prompted to even look for any lumps had it not been the pain. And so finding out that the lumps are benign and that the pain is going to come and go because of radiation was probably the best Christmas gift and Christmas prayer answer.
I'm freaking out, and she's just like,
he was freaking out like
I'm going, we can't do this a third time. This can't be a third time. This can't be. And I've always prepped myself going, I know it's going to happen.
I've learned to let things go and just give it to God. Like I've learned that a lot these last 2 years.
Well, I'm going to let some things go, and I'm going to give them to you, regardless of we don't give gifts. Nor did George expect any gifts, nor do I expect
I haven't even thought about the gift since we got back.
And so,
and I'm not the type of person that's going to snoop around until they find their gift either, because that's just not me.
I may have a few things for you. I may have a few things.
Well, can I open it privately?
Well, no, because I unwrapped them because it's a live stream. Now, do you want to explain?
Yes. So I always talk about like when we find items in an abandoned storage unit, or if something pops up, or like when we're doing our whatnot auction and community boost activated pops up on the screen because you guys are so generous and you boost our live auctions.
Amazing.
It makes me think of the Power Rangers. And when I was younger, when I used to watch the Power Rangers, I always wanted to be the pink. I was either the pink or the yellow Power Ranger.
So I may be colorblind. Did I get the right Power Ranger?
You did get the correct one.
Woo! Lucky.
It even says it right here, Pink Ranger. But we all know Jeremy can't read, so.
Well, hopefully I read this one right, because it's a die-cast Pink Ranger with the car.
I'm gonna put this next to my pink Elvis Cadillac.
Go Power Rangers!
I don't know if. I think Elvis would be okay with it, sharing his space with a pink
Megan goes, Ranger. It's Sunday. I'm so confused. Megan, we historically always do a live
is it Sunday?
On a regular. So on a regular scheduled day, we always historically go live on a holiday
yes.
instead of a pre-recorded video. But we always do Sunday. And Megan, can you go grab the hamster so we can? Because I don't know where you put him. I still don't see him.
They're over there.
All right. Well, I got one more gift for you. Since everybody keeps getting George and Deanna some coffee, then it's I love you. I love you. I love you.
So the Elf is one of my favorite Christmas movies, and Dee hasn't watched it yet. So I need to find that movie so she can watch it. Because I watched. How many times did I watch your favorite movie this year? It's over there on the shelf. Yeah. Look on the shelf.
I'll just sit down.
Oh my goodness. How many times you got to keep telling me they're over there? The hamster. You're not going to find it either. That's why I told her to go find them.
All right.
Nobody can see them, but she wants to keep saying.
In plain sight.
It is not in plain sight. 2 people trying to find this, Chris. Thank you so much. Oh, I just need one. All right, in honor of Megan Fox, I said I wasn't going to do this.
There's not that many shelves in this room.
In honor of Megan Fox, Sunday night, you're going to have an opportunity to save the hamster. You're going to have an opportunity to save Megan Fox's hamster.
You'll know.
You're going to know. If you know, you know. If you know. Sunday night on Whatnot, you're going to have an opportunity to save Megan Fox's hamster. It's going to be a very limited opportunity because Mr. Fox said it has to be a limited opportunity. So George, Merry Christmas. You guys show him this. You guys show him this as well.
Oh, okay.
We're getting to the evidence. I promise.
So not only is the title of this live New Year, New Evidence, we also have new whatnot promo items. So
they're gonna love this.
I gotta give props to Aunt Patty because she's the one who found these. She found macaroni and cheese crayons. Okay,
Jason, thanks so much.
Macaroni and cheese crayons, and so. One of the promo items is you'll get a macaroni and cheese crayon, just
Little
like
acorn.
that. See where it
Thank
says,
you.
see where it says macaroni and cheese?
It's a macaroni and cheese crayon, but it comes complete with an activity book. I simply don't have enough crayons to explain this to you.
Yes.
And then you get to open your activity book.
And you could do a word search.
You get to do a word search.
With your crayon.
And you get to use your mac and cheese
There's
crayon.
all the words that you can find.
I bet you deleted evidence, no, grifter, lawyer. And you're even going to get to do a connect the dot, because if you know, knows. Connect the dot. Connecticut, the dots.
Yes.
1, 2.
So so you get these hands, that hold the crayon for you, which is also like one of those cell phone holders.
Oh my
but
goodness.
you can easily place your crayon right in here. And it comes with this activity book.
Yep.
Only going to be available on our Whatnot. So if you haven't downloaded the Whatnot app yet, where we have our live auctions, I've pinned it in the live comment. Download it. It's free. Plus, you get a free $15 credit to spend anywhere on the app, not just with us here at What the Hale.
Yeah, you can spend it anywhere. So that's coming this Sunday as well. Absolutely hilarious. Hey, he wanted fame. Now he's got it. Helen, thank you so much, Helen. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you. Now, we wanted people to know about macaroni and cheese. Now we're selling. Now we're selling crayons.
Here it is, and it's a macaroni and cheese crayon. Literally, it says macaroni.
It's the color of mac and cheese. How do you go wrong? How do you go wrong? All right, we got new evidence that we need to share. Now we mentioned this at the beginning of the live stream on Sunday. I was like, holy cow, I cannot believe this. How in the world can somebody so ignorant, so foolish, involved in federal court for defamation, literally go out and incriminate themselves some more and defame some more, recording themselves doing it?
I mean, I feel like debunking for us is so easy, but self-incriminating on herself is even easier for her.
Michelle and Gina, thank you so much. And you would think, knowing that she is involved in a massive lawsuit that others are going to be added to, that she would finally learn, shut up. And nope.
She can't help herself.
Nope. So we've already been called liars that there wasn't this voice message, which she has then gone on to say, well, yes, it was Facebook Messenger, regardless of where it was a message sent. It's a voice message.
It was her
from
knowingly and willingly recording her voice.
Thank you, Janice.
And sending it into Facebook Messenger, which is a third-party platform.
No privacy.
Zero privacy.
None.
There's no privacy on Facebook.
The only privilege you are ever going to have is with your attorney, client privilege, or potentially doctor medical. But even then, that could be subpoenaed as well. So that being said, let's break this down a little bit. So George and I, we said, you know what? We're going to do a New Year's live stream. And we're going to talk about the new year and new things coming up. As a matter of fact, the new business venture, we should be announcing that potentially this Saturday. We think is going to be in the announcement. Last little pieces of this major project are being put together this week, and we should be able to actually make an official announcement Saturday, which we are both extremely excited about. Extremely excited about. I think there are others that are excited about it as well.
It's something that we've talked about for years.
Yep, some of our goals.
And so the original plan of what we're going to share with you is actually 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
1,000 times better.
Christine Roman Noodles, thank you so much.
Just like the original plan of building a 10,000 square foot warehouse on the ranch and getting the schoolhouse is 1,000 times better. Way better. So God has plans for all of us, and it's God's timing. And so this is all part of God's timing.
So we have proactively shared our goals and our business aspirations on the channel for many years now. As a matter of fact, my barber was asking, how long have you been doing, YouTube seriously? And I was like, well, about 6 years now, seriously. And and taken it very serious. And we've shared the goals of wanting to become auctioneers. We've shared the goals of wanting to do other things, and we continue to move forward to make those goals happen. And we should be sharing that very, very soon. But before we do, this past year has been an absolutely incredible year and an absolutely horrible year. And so we've had the major peaks and the major valleys.
Correct.
And part of that, I mean, honestly, all of it in the valleys has been these horrific, stalking, unhinged, horrible people. And so we've had multiple court cases, and here yet again we have a voice message that was sent from Lynette to another individual. Richard, thank you so much for becoming a member. We're going to break this down a little bit. So I have the actual voice message. This was sent on November 2024. We're talking potentially this is absolutely within the last 2 months, okay? And probably way sooner than that. And how foolish can they be? So we're gonna play it, stop it, talk about it, play it, stop it, and talk about it. So let's go ahead. This is Lynette 100% to an individual on a Facebook page through Facebook Messenger who she claims is her friend. How many people have we seen Lynette claim is her friend, and then she goes off and calls them some kind of child something? Nadine, thank you so much. So we see she said Lloyd was her best friend, and then he was prepping the child. Jamie was her best friend. Then Jamie did all these things. Shara was her best friend. Then Shara did. You know, if anybody doesn't do what Lynette wants, what does she become? They all become a child something or other. The pattern is always the same. All right, let's listen to a little bit here. You ready?
I'm ready. I think the folks at home are ready too.
I got to see if I'm ready.
Read the last part of your thing. Ignore them. You can't. We can't ignore him. It's not what you think at all.
Let's just pause. Let's pause right there, okay?
Read the last.
So she says we can't ignore them. What she's referring to is this is a person that's running a Facebook group in Northport, and they've gotten themselves in all kinds of issues and problems in Northport, which then they ran from, and they stalked us to Otter Creek. And so she's saying we can't ignore them. Well, that's interesting. Every time I literally drive by, what are they supposed to do?
Ignore. According to the Ohio protection order, they're supposed to stay 500 feet. No contact means
no communication.
Contact. You can't even say hi. That would be violating the protection
order. And
order.
this morning, guess what Crook did yet again on camera? Again on camera. Violate the civil protection order. Come to me, to the road, to the camera, verbally communicate. You know what he's supposed to do? Ignore us. And yet he didn't. Lynette is supposed to ignore us. What does she do? She goes on to defame us further with other individuals in the state of Florida, in a whole nother city. And she goes and records herself defaming us yet again. We can't ignore them. It's exactly legally what they are supposed to be doing. Ignoring us, staying as far away as possible. They choose willingly, knowingly not to ignore us. And further incriminate themselves.
Guilty.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
The Ohio court. Not to mention, this is 2 lawsuits so far that she's initiated and that has voluntarily withdrawn. What does that tell you?
We're going to get to that too. All right, let's listen to a little bit more here. Okay. Let me see if I can get where's the play button? There it is.
That's part of your thing. Ignore them. You can't. We can't ignore him. It's not what you think at all.
Really?
This is not.
Let's pause there. It's not what you think at all. Okay, let's break this down into the simplest aspects of what this is. Lynette and Crook get themselves in a heap load of trouble in Northport. And there are people in Northport who know all about what they've done and what they're guilty of. And as a matter of fact, if you're from Northport, which we know a large portion of community members in Northport are now watching this story, please, by all means, we invite you. We will not come to you, but if you come to us with evidence, we will utilize this in federal court and also in civil court. So if you have evidence that you think is needed to be known, we invite you to contact us. How would they contact us, George?
We have a email address, and that email address is in every single video in the description, which is whatthehales@yahoo.com.
That easy. Okay. So what is it? Can you break it down into a core of what has happened in our lives with these freaks? What is it?
We have an overwhelming amount of evidence how she found us on YouTube, watched us on YouTube, has a history and a pattern of trying to get close to people that are, would you say,
viral, famous,
or famous,
or
someone that's
have
a public
money,
figure,
have influence.
Yes. And so she intentionally bought property teeny tiny property right across the street from the 70 acres that we bought first here in Otter Creek, Florida, sold everything she had multiple GoFundMes for every little thing. She didn't have money for a reliable vehicle, didn't have money, wanted money for a camper.
She was going to live on the property in a tent with the child with the life-threatening disease. Mm-hmm. All of this is in a GoFundMe.
Correct. In the GoFundMe, this woman is known for just airing her laundry out, and then buys a piece of property that was known to be a dump where the community locals were just dumping garbage there for 10 plus years, and being on a limited income to buy a piece of property like that. She never had money to begin with, and her hidden agenda finally got exposed. And so she never had money to build a home, never had enough money to develop the land, never had enough money to do any of this. And we have so much evidence proving, oh, I wish Jeremy and George could help me, and their fans can help me, and they could donate their money, and I could use them for the publicity.
And here's the craziest part. She wanted publicity, and yet her lawyer is claiming she's a private citizen. A private citizen wanting publicity who reaches out to media, news, we're talking TV, we're talking newspaper print, we're talking online, and claims runs. Okay, so we can even get into that. She runs for office.
For council.
She runs for council. Now she's a public figure.
Not once,
but
twice.
She is after Mary steps down. Russ the Sus has her fill in as the town clerk. Okay, now we got public figure yet again, and the same lawyer who is saying that I'm a public figure because I'm on YouTube, which I am. That is the truth. Guess who has a channel on YouTube? Lynette Preston.
And guess who wanted to launch their YouTube channel at our meet and greet with our fans?
Now, if you claim I'm a public figure, which I agree, because I'm on YouTube, she's on YouTube with videos with the child. She has the child. You want to claim that the child's not a public figure? She has the child illegally against the terms of service with Facebook. Child has her own Facebook. Illegally. Age. You get this? All right. So what's that?
That'll be taken down in a second.
Oh, well, now that we've mentioned it, I mean, they can take it down all they want. It's still coming up in court. So child has a Facebook illegally against terms of services. She has her own YouTube. He has his own YouTube. She's putting videos out there. She is a public figure. Kim, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
Definitely not a private citizen, especially when she's intentionally, knowingly, willingly contacting the local newspaper to do articles on her adopting this child with a life-threatening. By the way, she was only bringing in $803 prior to adopting this child, the stranger, right?
Allowed this.
$803 a month. And if someone in her financial state and her physical disability state is actively looking to adopt a child for years, doing this for years, only bringing in $803 a month, what does that tell you? They're only doing it for a meal ticket.
So it's not what it looks like. What it is she stalked us because she wanted money and promotion.
Correct. So in other words, she never had money to begin with to even finish her home, building a house.
Let's keep going.
Just neighbor drama.
Oh, neighbor drama.
He is a cyber stalker. He's dangerous.
Let's stop right there. I'm a cyber stalker. Okay. George, just out of curiosity, who's been found guilty of cyber stalking? Me or Lynette and Crook?
Lynette and Crook have both been found guilty by the judge in the court of law for cyber stalking.
Okay. Who dropped their entire case against me once they knew there was no case because Judge Grudge was acting illegally and he was booted from the case?
Lynette voluntarily withdrew her stalking injunction against him again because she had no case.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
She needs to look up the definition of what a cyber stalker is. Never once did he ever contact her directly.
Or any of the family members. The psychotic family members have, every psychotic family member has contacted me.
And the godmother of the child. We have proof of all of this.
All right, let's keep going.
He abused his own children.
Oh!
This is
Can you say defamation? Go ahead.
This is the woman that was on hold with 911 telling this adopted child that she's taking care of, saying, I'm on the phone, and if you don't stop talking, I'm going to spank you in the mouth.
The same woman who had a civil protection order against her by her own child for her grandchildren.
Her biological
child, older daughter, had civil protection order against her for her own children. Now, let's dig into this. So she defames and says, I abuse my children. Okay, let's say one of my children goes online, which, by the way, and I understand this as well, that there are people saying, Jeremy doesn't even see his children. He can't see his children. Well, I can see all of my kids anytime I want. As a matter of fact, I was just with my oldest daughter, BC Eagle Deb. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, not that it needs to be stated, but even my oldest daughter tells me she talks to me and spends more time with me than her own mom. So there goes that one debunking. Now, again, that'd be kind of hard to debunk. I mean, we can say it. Can we prove it? I could prove it, but I'm never going to put my oldest daughter.
But the real question is, can Lynette prove what she's saying?
So let's say my son goes online and says, Dad was abusive. He wouldn't let me watch Scooby-Doo. Now, first of all,
he forgot he left out a huge
that's
part.
not abuse. Okay, not watching Scooby-Doo is not abuse. The aspect that a child in 1st and 2nd grade who has mental development issues, and we're not going to dig into that too much, but watching Scooby-Doo evokes nightmares, which evokes wetting the bed. So when parents state you cannot watch this because the cause and effect, this is the cause, the effect, okay? You watch this, you wet the bed. You're in 2nd grade wearing pull-ups. You watch this, you wet the bed. Now, not that any of this needs to be even addressed, but it all can be addressed. Now, when she says I abuse my son, or my children, she states my children, abuse my children. Here's what reality is. There was only one person in this couple of parents that was ever under investigation for abuse of my children, and that was my ex-wife. My ex-wife stated to her psychiatrist while I was gone speaking at a leadership conference, and I don't mind sharing this openly because it's all public information anyway. And so my ex-wife stated to her psychiatrist while I was in Pennsylvania speaking at a leadership conference at a college, university, and seminary that she beat my son 100 times and made him bleed, which then the psychiatrist called Children's Services, and she was under investigation, which I had to be a part of as well. Now, there's only one person legally that was ever under any investigation for that, and that was her. And to be clear, those charges were dropped as well. She was nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. It was investigated and then it was gone. So that being said, she better have some serious proof to back this up, because if she doesn't, we are in federal court for defamation, and here we are yet again. She's calling me a child abuser.
All right, well, let's get back because we got.
All right. We're getting back. Time. We're getting back. Gina, thank you so much.
There's a lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover.
And they got emancipated from him.
Whoa!
So again, where's the proof?
I'd like to know where this comes from. Now, to be very, very clear, while I had a very, very messy divorce, and I even spent better part of 10 years fighting in court and just under $500,000 with my ex-wife in regards to what was going on with my children. My ex-wife was holding my children from me illegally. It is parental alienation. And the courts allowed it, even though the judge continued to tell her she did it again, she would go to jail. My children have never, ever, ever, ever been taken away from me or emancipated from me. And my children have always had 100% complete access to me. My children aren't even all children anymore. My son is 20. My oldest is 26. Now, my youngest is 16. And so never, ever, they have. So the only one that it would even be under a child visitation plan would be my youngest at this point, and she can be with me whenever she wants. She could call right now, Dad, can I come hang out with you in Florida? And the answer is yes. And there is no, I can go to Ohio, Dad, I'm coming over. Great. She can call me, she can contact me, whatever she wants. So this is 100% defamation. 100%. She better have some proof for this because she's going down in federal court.
They have no contact orders. He doesn't.
So here we go again.
Well, you've already explained the whole not contact order. In the state of Ohio, when individuals are divorcing, it's common. It's common where the judge places mutual no contact orders on both.
Yeah, but it's not about communication, and it's not about being in the presence of each other. It's about not moving everything that you own or selling anything. And so it's not common. It is the practice. It is the standard. And so
for the state of Ohio,
there is absolutely nothing. There is nothing in regards to that for me.
See his mother, his father, his sisters.
sisters.
So now I have sisters?
Do you have sisters from another misters?
Where did these other sisters come from? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
She better have proof of all of this.
Yeah, she better have complete and total proof of absolutely everything.
All right, let's keep playing it.
All right, there is a lot here.
Brothers, his family stays away from him because he's dangerous.
Whoa!
What is her definition of dangerous?
What's dangerous?
Crook is dangerous. He was incarcerated for being dangerous. This is the man that she shares her property with that has threatened to unalive her family and her mother with his firearm. Like, why hasn't she run to Florida courts to file an injunction on him? That
she calls abusive to her, to herself, to the child, the whole everything.
There's even GoFundMe's of her saying, I'm finally going to get away from him.
I'm leaving him. I'm leaving him. I'm getting away from him. Here they still are.
To Judge Grudge, she even told him, I'm very open with this, that Crook is that he's very abusive.
It's in legal paperwork, his abuse.
Yes.
Okay.
In the paperwork and on video.
All right. Now, in regards to my family and my parents, I'll touch base on this very, very briefly. So we are very conservative Baptist growing up and still are part of the GARBC, which is General Association of Regular Baptist Churches, which means very little to most people out there. And in regards to that, Paul mentions in Corinthians, there's a man who's actually sleeping with his stepmom. And Paul tells the Corinthian church to ban him or to ostracize him or to shun him, so that he will turn around and come back to the Lord because of his sin. Okay. Now, when my ex-wife filed for divorce, so my parents looked at me, and it's not even my parents, it's my dad. It has nothing to do with my mom. My dad is gone. We're going to, as a family, we're going to shun you. Now, I'm not the only one they've done this to. They've done this to my younger brother as well. And he went down the path of the world, and then he repented, and then he was a pastor, and I don't believe he's pastoring anymore, but he did write a book. But at any rate, it was me that got the family to unshun him and bring him back in. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're not helping anybody by telling them, get away from me. I can't have anything to do with you. That just creates a bigger hole in their heart, and they're going to replace that hole with something else. And so the aspect of my dad going, well, we're going to biblically shun. Well, that's his choice. And it's a very poor one. It's a very bad choice because I'm divorced. And so if that's the route he's going to go, I'm going to keep living my life, and I'll hang out with the rest of my family that wants to hang out. It has nothing to do with danger at all. It has everything to do with biblical passages, which the minister in Otter Creek would know nothing about. And by the way, I do believe that my dad particularly, takes it out of context.
He beats the woman that he's with. But
whoa! Whoa!
The woman that he's with, so she's referring to me. And I've told Jeremy that He's never, I've said it before, he's never laid a hand on me, but I've told him that if he were to ever lay a hand on me, that
You'd lay two back on me?
No. That he would not, that he would regret it. And so she has zero proof of him ever laying a hand on me. These are things that she's like delusional scenarios that she's just creating in her head.
Baby, I lay hands on you all the time. I was laying hands on you this morning.
No, what I meant was like
not cuddling?
in a bad way. The way she's referencing it. So let's keep playing.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Staying with him, doing the things she's doing towards us because she has no choice.
Because I have
Whoa! Okay.
Really? Then why does she stay in the relationship that she is with Crook, where he mixes his prescription drugs with alcoholic beverages? Is it because she has no choice?
Now hold a second. If I'm not mistaken,
I
George,
feel like she's projecting in this message
absolutely.
when she's describing me.
If I'm not mistaken, I understand people look at our lives and they go, even we started with the whole even Christmas thing. It's like, what do you get somebody who can get anything that she wants? Or somebody like me, like what's George going to get me that I don't already have? And you're going, you guys live in a beautiful home. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. But even that, and so we've gone on some amazing vacations and done some amazing things to help people. And so the gifts, it's not a thing for us personally together that we go, well, we got to have another gift. I rather cuddle with her and watch a movie like we did last night, the King Kong and Godzilla movie on Netflix. But that's more important to me than her giving me a gift. But the aspect, last I checked, you own your own home, don't you?
I do. I own my own vehicle. When I met Jeremy, I had my own home.
There's videos of your own home.
There is. We had a Nerf war inside my kitchen. I had my own career. I was very successful when I met Jeremy. And then cancer hit. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, life is too short. Maybe I should quit my career and become unemployed because life is too short. And here we are, 5 years later, where I've been unemployed. So let's keep playing because we still have a ton of stuff to show. And I have Boss Babes at 6:30.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Just chill. Just take a chill pill.
Take a chill pill.
You have a choice, George. Take a chill pill. She doesn't take a chill pill because she has no choice. So in other words, you could literally just pick up. I mean, even if you weren't to go back to the medical field, you know enough about reselling where you could just pick up and you could go resell. If you
I have 2 degrees. I have a ton of work experience under my belt. I could find a job easily.
All right, let's keep going.
I used to have a corporate position.
Let's admit it. You stay with me because of my long driveway. You like the drive. Come on, don't leave me hanging.
You on the live. Let's keep playing the
I'm talking about Hale's headquarter driveway. That's the prettier one. Okay, let's keep going.
This is bigger than what you're thinking. This isn't a
I would agree with that. So big that they're in federal court and about to lose everything.
Neighbor dispute. This is a full-fledged cyber stalking, cyber bullying, stalking situation.
Wait, pause it right there.
All right, she wants me to pause it.
So if that was the case, okay, this was taken after she dismissed the injunction, right?
Yeah.
Why did she voluntarily dismiss the stalking injunction she tried to put on him here in Florida?
Good
if
point.
that was the case,
Good point.
the biggest cyber stalking, bullying, stalking, whatever it is that she just said. All right, let's go ahead and play. So keep that in mind. And this is all public record, you guys. If you know how to do the research, you can see all of this yourselves online.
So she was in the middle of saying that she's scared for their lives. Now, last I checked, the only people that have ever pulled out any firearms on anyone was them on me.
Correct.
Okay.
Lives. Our life is right. Our life has been right.
Hold a second.
What does that even
Life
mean?
is right. Life has been literally pooping on a bucket and a 5-year-old that doesn't know how to use the bathroom yet.
5-gallon bucket that she proudly made.
Found guilty of stalking. Crook's done 40 days in jail. We could go on and on and on. Everything that's wrong over there. William, thank you so much.
So many times she's called 911 over the dumbest things, over the craziest things. She's even called 911 on her own grandson.
Remember when the officers were there for the survey stakes?
Yes.
Tecmo, thank you so much. The officers were there for the survey stakes, and he's like, well, at least we know we got a meal. And she goes, you obviously don't know my story. Well,
he goes, you guys, at least be thankful you know where your next meal is coming from. You evidently don't know my story, because she told me when I was physically on her property, she told me by the time I paid this for my vehicle, I paid that for the camper, I paid this for the sheds, I paid this, and that each month. By the time I'm done paying my bills, I don't even have enough money to feed myself.
And that's how
those were her words to me.
She's begging us for money. She's doing it backdoor.
Never had money to build to finish her home.
I can't feed myself. Give me. Okay. All right. We'll keep going.
We've done nothing
Thank you, Kat.
wrong.
Whoa!
Absolutely innocent in this.
Okay.
Okay, but a court has found them guilty not once, twice, and we're still waiting for the hearing for the third one, and they're going back in Ohio for a fourth one.
With multiple exhibits. All of the exhibits we showed in court, her and Crook knew exactly what they were and admitted to it.
Okay, let's keep going. Here we go.
To the town, I ran for a seat on the board. It pissed him off.
First of all, no one was pissed that she ran for a seat on the board. She never even won. What's there to be pissed about? She was never a council member. Now, if she became, if she got enough votes and became a council person,
I think people would have been upset.
People then would have been upset. But she didn't get enough votes. So what is there to be upset about? We could care less whether she ran for a seat or not.
Makes no difference. I don't
understand why. And again, she ran for a seat. She just said, I ran for a seat, which makes her a public figure again.
So
not a private citizen.
She's trying to spin this that she ran for a seat, which makes her a public figure. Again, 100% agree. Instead of, I wanted to get money from him, I asked to put up donation box, and then he said no, and then I said all this
at our meet and greet with our own fans, with our fans.
Yeah. And so her running for a seat means absolutely nothing.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Guess what? There were other people that ran for seats. Stuart Stewart ran for a seat. You see anything about Stuart Stewart stalking us, harassing us, saying that we raped a child? No, shouldn't have said that word. I'm sorry.
Rapist.
We're on YouTube.
All right, let's go ahead and hit.
All right. My point is,
running for a seat has nothing to do with anything.
Everybody who lost for a seat, where are those videos?
We've done nothing wrong.
Except the court said they did.
We do nothing now but what our attorneys tell us to do. We have 4 attorneys.
All right. Let's figure this one out. 4 attorneys. Now they have 4 free attorneys. 4 free attorneys. Okay, so if we put Silver Scam in there, Silver Scam is out, but
he dumped her.
Silver Scam, Deuce. We've got the white ninja, the 600-pound white ninja of Ohio. And we got
the one who had no evidence either. Your Honor, we have no evidence.
We've got didn't pay my lawyer fees in Florida. I can't practice law in Florida anymore. Starkey, who can't even remember to pay his fees. So we've got Stark. We've got the black ninja of Ohio, 600-pound, could barely walk. And we've got Ducey, who can't even see past his own nose. And you got Silver Scam. Now we can go, Silver Scam is out. He ran as far away from her as possible, very wisely.
So she's still counting him, or is there another attorney?
There's a god of dumbness out there that I think is number 4, who's being added to the lawsuit. I think that's number 4.
So John and I are doing nothing wrong. Not a damn thing.
You could count Judge Grudge as her attorney as well.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So
that preacher did just say the D word. Even though she stated that she gave up swearing. Which is funny because she says she's a minister and the other side says nothing about her swearing. But I say I'm a Christian, which, I mean, if we were to put things on a level, which there is no level before God, but I say I'm a Christian, wouldn't a minister be well above that? But if I say something that they don't like, then they go off, he's supposed to be a Christian!
It was said one time.
All right.
We're not doing anything wrong. We haven't, we didn't, and we're not going to. This is not something.
Wait, she says they're not going to do anything wrong. All they keep doing is things wrong. They literally broke the civil protection order again this morning on camera.
We did. We got chosen as a family that he could make $1 million off of.
Whoa!
Yes.
How do you make a
How do you
million
make a
off of
million off of grifters?
someone that was only bringing in $803 per month, according to the paperwork she filled out, that's public record, and for the federal court that they're indigent status and all she gets is SSD and SSI, and Crook only gets SS whatever he
How in
gets
the world do you make $1 million off of
someone
broke
who,
grifters?
yes,
Well,
makes 0 cents.
Well, I don't know. Juice was asking
and that
me.
is proud of going 1 and 2 in a 5-gallon bucket.
Juice was asking me in my deposition how I expect to be paid from all of this. Well, let me be very clear. This isn't about money. This is about justice. They've stalked us, defamed us, extorted us, and the list goes on and on. None of this has to do with money. This all has to do about justice.
In Wooster, Ohio, where he's
Wooster.
from, Marilyn Rainey.
Rainey, what?
Who is that?
Rainey.
Now she's making up people.
Now she's making people up. All right. So those who may not be clear, Marilyn Raby locked me out of my rented facility illegally, turned off the lights illegally, turned off the water illegally. And then she had to sue me to get me out because that's what you have to do when you're a landlord and a tenant. And she did not win.
Hold on a second, back up a little bit. Her and her business partner got into a dispute. He was caught up in the middle of their dispute as a tenant, and there were other tenants that were involved as well. It wasn't just him. There were other tenants that she didn't communicate with because everything.
She stole Brandon's box truck.
All communications filtered through Brian, the other manager.
Stole Brian's 20-foot trailer that he bought from me. Stole Brandon's box truck.
Yeah.
All right, so she's talking about Marilyn Raby. Marilyn Raby had to take me to court to get me out, just like I have to do if I have to evict a tenant. So she has to take me to court, and then what basically happened is we settled in court. Well, I'll be out at this time. If she does this, this, and this, then I'll be out at this time. She did not do this, this, and this. Therefore, I was not out on that time. So she broke all of that. Then we went back to court and we said, yep, I'll be out at this time.
Was his victim. He only picks on people that can't fight back legally.
Wait, now hold a second.
This is the person who says
she says she's best friends with a big old pile of guano right now, who has hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from selling illegal rugs. And she's saying that I only pick on people that can't fight back financially. Now, hold it. They're best buddies now. They talk all the time. So he's not old. He's younger than me. He's not female. Although he has a lot of traits like that. He's not broke. He's illegally selling rugs still to this day. He's going to court in Ohio. The state is actually pressing charges against him for illegal activity in selling. And all of a sudden, I'm picking on people who can't fight back. Okay.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
You know, and here's the other thing, so you got.
Does that include Deuce?
Thank you, Morgan. Yeah, does Deuce fall in that category? Deuce is a lawyer, self-proclaimed lawyer who threatens everybody. I'm going to sue you. Is he not able to fight back? Obviously, he doesn't fight very well. He's pathetic at it, what he does. Oh, you also have Gator Boy, who continues to say, I have a world-famous lawyer. I dare him to come for me, who's being added to the federal case. And that world-famous lawyer did nothing for him. He spent a year in jail. He's a felon. I don't care if your lawyer is famous or your lawyer isn't famous. You break the law, you're going to have the consequences to go for it. So how in the world is this now?
Regardless what your age, your race, your gender is. Breaking the law is breaking the law. Are you trying to say that the police only ticket certain people that can't afford to pay for a ticket for speeding? Like, that's what she's saying. That the popos only target those who can't afford to pay a speeding ticket when they get caught speeding.
Wait, maybe you shouldn't break the law. Maybe you shouldn't mess around with me, steal from me, lie to me, do stupid things to me, defame me, extort me. You would never be in these situations.
And he didn't think that anyone would come to our side to help us, but they have.
Oh.
And
now, you know what? We never even gave it a second thought about anybody ever coming to help them.
Right.
We don't care.
We don't care.
We care about justice. We care about they did something, cause and effect. You do something wrong, here's the consequences of it. Oh, but they have now. Now, hold a second. This is the same person who claims indigent,
Correct.
can't pay for anything in court.
Yes.
Same person that says she doesn't know where her next meal is. You don't know where she's coming. She's got no money for anything.
Yeah,
No money.
She has
Now,
no
listen.
money to feed herself.
Listen.
Now we have attorneys. Now we have people helping us. We even have money to fix our house, to finish our house now.
What? What? Now there's money?
Now there's money to fix her house when I have evidence and text that she sent to Madam Mayor Therese before all of this was ever exposed that I wish that Jeremy and George could help me so I can finish building my home.
Now, I
wish that they would promote me and do they could give me publicity so that I could have money for my rescue and to finish my home.
So if this is a true statement, which you have to balance out, that Lynette never tells the truth. That's why her name is Lynette. Her mother did name her appropriately. You have to balance out this aspect. Is it a true statement? Now, if it's a true statement and she can finish that house before the end of federal court in August, this would be great, because when the federal court comes in and seizes everything and then it goes up for auction and then we get the proceeds of sales, or however which way it goes, I'd much rather receive a finished home than an unfinished one. Either which way, it's getting dozed. But whatever you want to waste your money and help me, go for it. Okay. And I truly, absolutely believe that federal court will come in, seize everything in regards to a judgment. And Deanna is showing George something right now.
So John and I are doing nothing wrong.
Except they've been found guilty.
Our baby is injured mentally and emotionally because I had to be my own.
Injured.
You would be injured if you lived with them mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen to this. This gets so funny.
For 2 years.
Okay, now listen to that. She had to be her own lawyer for 2 years. First of all, this hasn't been going on for 2 years.
No, it hasn't.
Okay?
So her math is not mathing.
Now, this is the best part.
I didn't. I would have owed him $1 million.
Okay, how in the world does she owe me $1 million? I've never sued anybody for $1 million. She's not been sued for $1 million. She's been sued for stalking. She's been in court for stalking and harassment, now defamation, extortion. Nowhere in there is $1 million. Nowhere. Now, she has had to pay fines of $50, $25 for breaking civil protection orders, and she was her own lawyer. And she was horrible at it. Judge Grudge had to come to her aid and break the law. She was so bad at it. So where in the world she gets $1 million, I have no idea. And she's now claiming that she did have $1 million. She would have had to pay me. Nobody sued her for $1 million. Now, to be in federal court, I have to have damages of over $75,000 or more. I have $230,000 just in legal fees. That's not money that we've lost in our businesses. Max Lab, thank you so much. So wherever she's coming up with $1 million, again, insanity.
If I wouldn't have acted as my own attorney, I would have had to pay him $1 million. So I was forced into being our own attorney, and I did a good job.
She was forced. This is the same person who filed a lawsuit against him pro bono representing herself. She was forced.
My anxiety is over the roof.
The same lawsuit that she voluntarily withdrew.
Oh my goodness.
She did a good job.
She did such a good job.
Remember her deposition? She did a fantastic job.
So now we have lawyers taking care of that. We've done nothing wrong.
Except you've been found guilty of it.
My baby is beautiful. I'll show you.
By the way, she also did say that her baby was ugly because she had to wear glasses now. Mm-hmm. So this is all in writing, in text, and proof.
She just said injured. Now she's beautiful.
Now it's a beautiful child after she called her child ugly because she has to wear glasses. All the text exists.
I tell you, I'm being stalked. Our lives are in danger every day. Death threats. This is not a game, and you let some freaking weirdo post to ask for information about me on your site? Well, now the lawyers are going to get this information, and so is the police department in Northport.
More witness intimidation. You seeing this?
Wow.
Intimidate. Witness intimidation. I swear, if they go to jail, it's going to be for witness intimidation. Both her and Deuce.
Another expert.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. By the way, she also contacted our handwriting expert. That will be in federal court as well. Witness intimidation. It just keeps going on and on. Shara with the witness intimidation from Deuce, from Lynette, from the Walruses. This is all going on as we speak. This is all being addressed in court.
A lot. We're not guilty of anything.
Except they've been found guilty.
We haven't done one thing to this guy. This guy is, wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now remember, again, she uses talk to text, where she talks into her phone, records the audio, and then sends it off. And she, according to her, she has to watch this child 24/7. The child cannot leave her sight for 24/7.
The child,
so the child can hear
everything.
all of this.
Everything.
All of this.
Everything.
And what she's talking about should never be the business of a child. That poor child. And you want to talk about a child being injured?
With
It's
most
her own
emotional
parents.
and
it's
mental.
her own parents allowing her to hear all this garbage.
Okay. All right. You wanted to show the people some cool stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because we have some stuff that are going up on, is it this Sunday?
This Sunday. George wants to show you guys some stuff that's going up for auction this Sunday. And it looks like I will not be able to show you everything, but you're in the middle of it right now.
We've got some Squishmallow. We have.
We're not done with Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a
Nightmare
coin bank.
Before Christmas items.
They can't
for
hear you because the microphone's over here.
Well,
but
just
try.
tell them what I'm holding.
Okay, there's a coin bank. Nightmare Before Christmas coin bank. Nightmare Before Christmas Christmas tree. So
This thing
we're
is
still
really cool.
some cool stuff here. Okay, so some super cool Nightmare Before Christmas stuff going up this Sunday. We still have auctions Thursday and Friday. As a matter of fact, Christian and Patience are running an auction tonight at 7 p.m. on our Whatnot, which you can click on the link. We have all kinds of cool things going on here. It's going to be amazing. All right, you coming back, baby?
Yeah.
All right, she's coming back. So George has got to jump on with Deanna in Boss Babes. Before George does, George, what was your favorite memory from 2024?
2024? Oh gosh, that I don't have a favorite. There's so many.
I want you guys to post your
God.
favorite memory from 2024. 2024.
2024. Honestly, if I were to choose one thing aside from sleep, being able to get sleep, is the fellowship that we've had with amazing people that we have met here in Florida, or that have come to us here in Florida to help us out at the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Like purchasing the
Teresa,
schoolhouse
thank
has
you.
been like one of the biggest blessings.
Huge.
Biggest blessings.
Huge.
And the friends that we've made along the way.
And this has become the place for fellowship and fun
Yes.
in Otter Creek, where
Yes.
everybody wants to be.
Yes.
And others legally can't be.
It's been incredible.
Yeah.
So
This is the place. Okay.
yeah. And if it wasn't for you guys are our YouTube community.
Are you live already? Okay. All right, Deanna, jump in here really quick. What's your favorite memory from 2024? I'm bringing Deanna in. We're in work mode. Come on. While you're thinking, I'm going to tell mine. Mine was the appellate court's booting Judge Grudge and claiming he broke the law, which he did.
I don't know
Your
if
turn.
it's my favorite.
She don't have favorites.
I don't know
either.
if I could call it
Name
a
one.
favorite, but most memorable is when my phone number was given to the planet.
Oh,
On
geez.
accident. To be very clear, she sent me
I did. It
the
was
video
my fault. It really
and
was.
did not tell me I needed to
didn't.
edit anything. So I did not
I
edit
didn't.
it. It was raw. It was just raw.
Absolutely was.
And it just went right up
And
and it
I
was
didn't
raw.
think about it, and I didn't tell him, and it was my fault. But that was the most memorable.
Okay. All right, George, what are you most excited about in 2025? Deanna, I'm going to ask you the same thing.
I feel like we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot for 2025 with new adventures to share with you guys. And I just feel like 2025 is going to be
Thank you,
an amazing year.
Okay, didn't
Okay.
answer the question, but go ahead, Deanna.
I don't know what the question was.
What are you looking forward to in 2025?
I said the upcoming adventures.
Okay, upcoming
Yeah,
adventures. Okay.
that's I can't wait to see the success that's going to happen and all the fun we're going to have with what's coming up. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I can hardly wait. It's like better than Disney.
Connect the dots, baby. It does not help him that he literally looks like every cartoon villain ever drawn.
We don't know
Okay.
who that is.
All right. All right.
We don't know who that is.
And what
But
I'm
it's your
most
mac and
excited
cheese
about
fan.
as of right now, which there will be more other things, but I'm excited about sharing this new business adventure with our community of faithful friends and followers. And so with all the damage that's been done to our business by these insane unhinged freaks, we have had to come up with other business venture ideas, and one of those being all of our auctions on Whatnot, and another being one that we're probably going to unveil this Saturday, and we're extremely excited about it.
Yes.
So that being said, George, Deanna, you got to jump on Boss Babes here tonight. Teresa,
we're
thank
go
you so
on
much.
Boss Babes for the next hour.
And be looking forward to tomorrow's video, because I promise you, it's a good one. Stay weird, my friends.
Happy New Year, everyone. We love ya.
Stay weird.
Like the fun weird, not the creepy weird.
Yeah, creepy is really bad. Really bad. You're weird.